All right, good people of Cherokee County. What's going on? Big Matt and Diamondina's in the house. Glad everybody took a little bit of time out of your Sunday to sit here and propagandize with us.
Yeah.
What's been going on today?
Oh, nothing. I just ain't a Sunday fan.
Because
you gotta go back to work Monday.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired today.
I can't get past.
It's been a long week. Started a new job.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going really good. Just different, little change atmosphere, but
you gotta quit doing that. Now I gotta go get my park somewhere else.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty today.
It has been. Very nice day. It's still a little cool out. I don't think we'll have to turn the heat on much.
No, I hope not.
I actually had to Thursday.
Now, I slept in a little bit today. Slept about 8, which is unusual for me. Of course, we was laid out with went to prom yesterday. Cedar Bluff, Gainesville had their prom. So Marcus had his senior prom. They did up there at Angel Farms.
Yeah, did it go good?
It was good. Got a lot of good pictures. I'm sure everybody's seen, and my wife shared 100 pictures. And
yeah, I saw a lot of pictures.
Yeah,
last night, just from a lot of parents.
We had a good time.
No more one so than the other, but just all of them. A lot of them put their pictures up.
We had a good time.
Yeah, nice place to have it.
It was, yeah. The venue's real nice setup. Kids stayed a while and they went bowled after, so we stayed up till he got in. And other than that, though, just been a normal Sunday. Went and bought a few groceries.
I did go grocery shopping.
Did a little Bible study this morning. First John. I've been liking the First Peter and John, those small books.
Yeah,
it's been real enjoyable past couple of weeks.
Yeah, they kind of get overlooked a little bit.
They do. They're really good. So I hope everybody's doing all right today. Give y'all a little bit of time to settle in. We're going to do, of course, local baseball. Got a little bit from girls softball stuff action going on, and of course we're going to do some spring football.
Yeah.
Got some games to talk about, and then we got 2 teams that from Big 12 that we just kind of picked out. I think they're going to make a good run at it. We're going to break them down a little bit for you. So before we get into that, well, of course, we want to thank our sponsors, Dairy King and the girls up there. Always need to go by there and check them out. They always got something good going on. Warrior Gym, Jonathan Kim been with us forever and always. Membership, they got specials all the time. Kevin Stargell, I ain't even seen him around. They're working like crazy. And, of course, Scott Lloyd's Legal Service. We appreciate them. And JR and April McKenzick at your Cherokee Eye Clinic. We definitely appreciate them. So, Dean, kick us off with the...
Well, let me say hey to a couple of guests.
Yeah, what's going on? Who's on?
Chris Beatty. Hey, we got him. We're getting way on out there on our guest. He's from Tazewell, Tennessee.
Tazewell, Tennessee. What's up?
He's my cousin, but still.
Yeah.
We're reaching out there. How you doing, Chris? Me and him had some good times together. I have to tell you some of them stories. John Bishop is also watching. You know John, don't
Yeah,
you?
I haven't seen him a long time.
Known John a long time. You still live over in Northwood, John? Well, he can't answer. But he'll type it in on there. Hadn't seen John in a long time. John, good guy. Good guy. But that's the two that's on that it's showing it's on.
I seen Bart, little John Day, Chubb.
No, you seen Bart?
Yeah.
Where at?
At Walmart.
Oh, they're good guys.
Yeah.
I always enjoy hanging around Bart. I hadn't seen Brett in a while, but I've seen Bart.
I mean, I've seen Brett, the younger.
Oh, you seen the younger?
Chubb.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's getting
him every now and then. I talk to him on Facebook.
Everybody's getting groceries today.
Mm.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody in the country.
Yeah, it seemed like it. We just go in and get some bread and pizza and sandwich meat and stuff for I take to work or have a little breakfast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's hard to go cheap grocery shopping, really. Is.
Oh yeah, we spent right at $100. It was like $96. We didn't have 4 or 5 bags and a case of water.
You ever gone grocery shopping with $15?
Yeah.
Okay. You can do it.
Yeah. A loaf of bread and a pack of bologna. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe a dollar tube of Pringles.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll get you by for a couple days.
Yeah. They give you 2 nights.
Yeah.
Bologna. You'll be starving to death by the 3rd day.
Turkey, ham. Maybe buy you a tomato. Maybe a slice of tomato on that.
Tomato sandwich.
Yeah, bologna. Maybe get cheese if you got a little extra. It's a little high. Cheese is high.
Guys, this is not the Food Network. We've just kind of delved off talking about good groceries to get. So.
Hope everybody's doing good. Again, we thank y'all for tuning in with us today.
Yeah.
It's always very appreciative. Anybody takes some time out of their day to listen to us, old yahoos, just we're going to break in and talk about some local stuff first. Dean went over to see Coach Smith the other day. Center Warriors boys played Jacksonville. They win a game 16-6. What happened over there?
16-6. Well, I wasn't real late. 5 minutes, and it was already 3-0.
Okay, right.
And of course, this is for the area championship.
Right.
And then it was 4-0 by the end of the first, and Jacksonville come back and got a couple runs. And Center made it. I think it's 4-3. Then it went to 5-3. Then they just kind of bloated out. It was 10-3. And moved on to about the 4th inning. They got 12-3, and they ended up winning 16-6 in 5 innings.
Yeah.
So that's the way to step it up at a crucial time.
Yeah. I
didn't see any errors. I saw Jacksonville made some errors, but I didn't really see a lot of errors or anything out of Center.
Yeah, he took the mound first.
Deegan Scott started the game, and Connor Wilson got the win.
Yeah.
Walker Pruitt. I'm getting them mixed up. I was thinking if it's Austin or Walker. Stole 3 bases, and Connor Wilson also had 3 hits.
Yeah, he led the team with 3 hits. I checked some of it out on
we heard a lot about him this year.
We were at a track meet there at Gaston City, so I had it on Game Changer where you can listen to the game kind of live. It's kind of robot talk, but it's pretty good. It seemed like every time somebody's up to bat, Tristan Whitefield, he come up to bat, and it's a hit. Isaiah Wood come up, he got hit. Hayden comes up, he gets a hit. Walker gets a hit. Hayden gets a hit. Everybody was hitting the ball. I mean, I don't think anybody didn't hit the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anybody strike out for them.
Yeah.
And I sat and get on Jacksonville's side where I could get a better view of Center's players coming up to bat.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville people were real nice to me.
Yeah.
But Center just seemed to be in control the whole game.
Coach Smith, I talked to him, I guess a day or two ago. They're playing better as the seasons went on. The Warrior boys are really putting it together, and the good news is for them, Dean, they're going to bring back everybody but one.
Wow, that's pretty exciting news. Now I heard where they went the other day. They play home. They play Good Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if they lost, Jacksonville has to go to Curry.
Okay.
I don't know where Curry is. I actually don't know where Good Hope is. I think it's up
Good
close
Hope. Yeah, like you're going to Wallace State, sort of, up that way.
Okay, I don't know much about Good Hope, but we wish them the best of luck, and maybe they can get out of that first round,
Yeah.
and get to the second, third round. Now things have changed. Now it's not like it used to be where you play one game, you play a series, right? A best of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now.
In every round.
No. Let's see.
I think that's right. Best of 3, so you can play up to 15 extra ball games just in the playoffs.
Let's see the. Let's see what do we have. Okay. Sandrock Cedar Bluff played the other day. I think it was Thursday, I guess. Sandrock wins 10-0. Ethan Clinton gets the shutout against Cedar Bluff. Yeah, I talked to him the other night. I know his dad real well. Went up there and see them. No, wow.
Oh.
He gets the shutout. Burt doubled, which is
yeah, he's had a good year too.
Yeah. Preston. Yeah. Preston got a double. Jabbo took the L on the mound. He only gave up 3 runs with 8 hits in 4 innings. He had 5 strikeouts. Teague started the game. It looks like he pitched 1 inning. He gave up 4 runs, 4 hits, and had 1 strikeout. Sandrock had 16 hits. Everybody from Olin Pruitt to Logan Wood and Slade Alexander, Giles, and of course Clanton. It was just a good. Sandrock played good. I mean, they're
a good baseball.
Yeah, they're a good team. We've been up there and covered them a couple times. Always good to go up there and see Danny Mack and the boys.
I mean, they only lost to like Oaks Bluff, Westbrook, Spring Garden.
Yeah, which are all really good baseball teams.
And I found out they're actually not going to the playoffs. Spring Garden and Westbrook win. It's just 2.
Wow, man.
It's not 4. I thought Sandrock was in, but then Mark Welch, I think, told me that only the top 2 go now. So,
man, they're a good ball team.
I thought
I hate not to see them. I hate to see that.
That's a very good team not going to the playoffs.
I know, man. So for seniors, Logan and Cade, Ethan, it's been my pleasure getting to watch you guys. I've been around y'all since y'all were 7, 8 years old playing Dixie youth baseball over there and coaching against your dads and coach with them sometimes, you know. And it's been a real pleasure and honor. They're all 3 real. They're good kids. Super polite. Always played the game the right way, and that goes to show from their raising. And it's been a real honor. Been a real pleasure to get to be around those young men.
Yeah, they had a good year in basketball and baseball.
Yeah.
Now, when would Spring Garden, Cedar Bluff, and all them center play?
Well, let's see. Spring Garden, they were going to Zellogit. Is that right? Is that what he told us?
I think it is Zellogit.
They're supposed to go.
No, that's yes, Spring Garden. Yes.
Yeah.
Going to Zellogit.
So
yes.
They've scouted them. I talked to one of the boys yesterday. They're a decently hitting team. They filled the ball really well. They got a few good pitchers, so they feel good going into the game. Feel like it's something they could win.
I think so. Well, with the schedule they played, they played Oxford the other day and got beat by 1.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in 2.
And I meant to tell you, Coach Crane from Galesville, VLs, told me that the varsity didn't have a very good year as far as wins and losses. But he said their JV went 15-3.
That's good. Yeah, I knew that young crowd over there.
So look for some good things coming.
Timothy's younger boys.
And they got a lot of players back up this year.
Yeah. So a lot of the counties is getting a lot of baseball players back next year. All the county teams are pretty young. I'll tell you about the girls now. Center girls, looks like they went over there. They played a really close game. Sandrock beat them 3-2. But it was close the whole time. I think it was like right at the end of the game. They get a score. Sandrock girls did win 3-2. Lloyd took the L on the mound, and Williams, Lee, which is Neil's girl, the Russell girl, Miss Perry, and Coley, which is David's girl. They all hit the ball really well. They had a good game. So
they're good at it.
Congratulations to Sandrock girls on that win against Center, because I know the Center girls they're good.
Oh yeah,
they got a good ball team.
They did good in basketball too. It's the same group pretty much.
It is. We'll say now the Garden Boys. We just mentioned that they played Pleasant Valley tomorrow at 4:30 at home. So if y'all ain't got nothing to do, you can go on over there and see the boys play against Pleasant Valley. I think that'd be a win for Spring Garden. Now they played Oxford Friday, what you just mentioned. There was 4 lead changes in this game. Oxford went up winning 9-8 in the last inning on a hit on a lucky play, I guess you'd say. They just kind of ball just fell right for them to get in there and get a run in to finish the game. Welsh had 4 RBIs. Petty had 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Gunther had 2 hits, RBI. Riley had 2 hits, and Chappell and Weston, Luke, Maddox, boy, they all hit the ball really good. Said Petty made a big play at third base to stop a score there in the 5th inning for Spring Garden. So, congratulations, even on
now
a
I heard
loss
Goins hadn't been throwing.
To a big team like that.
When they get Goins back, they will be tough if he comes back. I don't know if he's been out. I don't know what the word is on that. Got Corey Teague watching, Dakota Newsom. We got a Kentucky and a Tennessee person watching.
All right, yeah.
2 Kentucky people.
Yeah, Corey's going to Lindsey Wilson up there.
Yeah, he's going to Kentucky, but there's 2 guys from Kentucky watching.
Yeah, so there'll be some. I'm ready to kind of see spring football and that kind of stuff take off. You know, it's about to get that time of year, so we'll kind of transverse into that. Good luck to the teams this week, guys. I've talked to a few of the coaches, and I think our county will do pretty good for the first round. I think they're going to get. Jim said they're going to draw.
Yeah, I think they're
going to draw number tough. 1.
Yeah.
First round for that young team.
That'll be tough to get around.
It will.
But
good luck to them, man. You never know what'll happen. The ball, how it rolls, and the game is played on the field. It's not played on paper. And heart and desire and eagerness and determination.
Plus, I got to beat them twice, you know.
And the boys are playing better. Preston, Corey, Jacob, and Bucky all do a good job. And Hunter's come on and played some for them. Hagen's little brother.
Yeah, I saw where he had some hits the other day.
Little Pat kids coming in playing with them good. So, you know.
Charles Jeff Hall from the state of Kentucky said Kentucky volleyball is playing tonight on ESPN2 in volleyball. They're women. Obviously, I don't think we have college male volleyball.
Male volleyball, yeah.
That'd be good. Always heard Wilt Chamberlain was great at volleyball.
Yes, yeah.
And if they win, they will be in the Elite Eight if Kentucky wins.
All right.
So congratulations. Y'all keep an eye on that if anybody's
Braves play again tonight. They got destroyed the other day. I mean, It was like 20-0. I don't know. It was like
what's their record?
12-0.
6-6, something like that.
They play. They're starting right now. They got their next game played the Mets, so maybe the Braves can pull it back together.
I know there was talk that they got really ripped off in a ball game.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yes.
See it.
Oh, yeah. Last week.
All over.
It wasn't even close.
Was that last week?
Yeah. He didn't even touch the plate. I mean, it was bad. I mean, and the bad part is what everybody's bothered about is there's a replay that you can use. Now, if there's a replay and you can use it and you still miss the call.
Yeah. Might have been on purpose. Who knows?
There's no sense of that at all. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we'll cover a little bit of local stuff there. And again, good luck to everybody that's going to be kicking off in the playoffs this week. Hope y'all
check some of that out.
Yeah, local football. I've reached out and talked to a few local coaches. Some will be starting up in about 2 weeks.
Right.
Some will be after school gets out. Now, and Coach Knapp will be starting. You've talked to him today. So what's going on with Gilsville, Dan?
Well, you just said they were going to try to get some stuff. They play May 7th.
Okay.
Big Tree Christian. I think they're going to start doing some stuff tomorrow, and I don't think they're going to be hitting.
Just big helmets and shorts.
But, yes, going to start tomorrow, and then next week, of course, they'll be at it full speed and play. I think you can go. I don't know how it works, but I think you got 10 days you can practice, something like that.
Yeah, they have so many hours allowed, I guess, by HSA.
So you go 3 this week, 4 the next, that's 7, and then 3 the next, that's 10, then you play your ball game.
I hadn't heard from
But, yes, they're going to get started up pretty quick.
Coach McWhorter or Coach Kelly. Brad was going to check on center, see when they're getting started up.
Now, I think Coach McWhorter, I saw him one day, and I think he told me they would start, I want to say the second week in May 10th, maybe?
Yeah, May 3rd, Sand Rock. They're going to be kicking up dust over there up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Look forward to getting up there and, see what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like Gilsville's ready to get it started. And like you say, they got to get started. Play May 7th.
Yeah. Now, how's we know what they're doing, what they're bringing back, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
They're losing their big playmaker, DJ. He's their little firecracker.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to leave anybody out, but they lost DJ Lee. They lost Bentheim, who had been lost 2 years in a row.
Injuries, yeah.
But they do have back
Reynolds.
The Michael Reynolds, very good player.
Yep.
Keelan Higgins, Riley Mitchell.
Yep.
Seth Lee. They got the Bradley boy. And, we don't know yet, but possibly Jacob Gordon.
Yeah, seeing how his injuries and how he rebounds from that. And, God willing, I hope he rebounds 100% because he needs to be playing football.
Yeah.
It'd be good for him to give him something to do
and
use his skills, too. He's a good player.
Well, he's got 3 months, but he had 4 months. But he had a horrific injury.
Yeah, broke his leg. So.
Won't be that easy to get over, but
but if anybody can, he's strong, man. He's a strong young kid. I've worked him out in the summer, him and Marcus some, and very strong, tenacious. It's all in your head, Jacob. If anybody's watching, talk to him, tell him that we love him and to work hard, and we want to see him playing. Hit that field this fall. We're looking forward to see him on Friday Night Lights.
I did leave somebody out. Now, some I don't know, but I know Tanner Eads, who ended up having to play a lot of quarterback last year, is back.
Now, Waits, Tim's boy, and then Arnell's grandboy.
Arnell's grandson. Kyle Garman's son's coming up. Hayes. I don't know what Arnell. Braden.
Yeah.
Braden.
Yeah, I can't believe he's that old. I remember when he was just a little bitty.
Now, they still may be pretty young.
Yeah.
They may be 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
Gilsville's still young, but, they've got a lot of the same guys playing year after year.
Yeah.
It's not a big turnover.
Yeah, that young team they've played, though.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they'll have some experience coming in. So we're excited to see Coach Knapp get them going up there.
And I don't know much about talk to him. Don't know much about the others. We know players coming back from Cedar Bluff.
Yeah.
Like Nick Clifton.
They're losing their line.
Losing a lot of the line. Well, 4 out of the 5, right?
Yeah.
Everybody but Wheeler.
Yeah. Corey and Marcus and Stowe.
Yeah. Did they lose another one?
And Ombre, the receiver.
Okay, they lost Ombre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now Bucky will be back. Little brother Alexander, he's a little playmaker.
Have Burleson back.
Have him back at QB. Probably have the same center, but you're gonna have to have some young guys coming in playing line.
Right.
Linebacker spots, it's gonna be wide open for Hagan. Preston, I'm sure, will be 100 tackle. Expected to make 100 tackles this year. I'm sure.
He made 93 last year, so he could move on up. I know that Jennifer Runnels.
Yeah.
Son is Caden.
Right.
He's getting to the age where
he'll have to play some this year. He's going to have to.
Back.
Already. Yeah, we had a good track meet. He did pretty good over at track of the day. Him and Ombre got to watch them run.
Not Caleb. Cade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cade, I mean,
Cade really come on there at the end of the year.
He did.
That playoff game, we got robbed there on that call. He got tackled before the ball got there, and of course they didn't call it.
Yeah, I thought that.
I don't know if it'd.
I don't know if we would have won the game.
Yeah, but
it was a pretty bad call.
I'd like to at least seen us get the first down.
There was only 10 seconds left, so we'll never know. But it didn't help because instead of having a first down from the 45, we had a third down from the 25.
Yeah, 3rd and 20 from the other end of the field. But so he got better as the year went on too. He's grown and matured a lot. So
not that we meant to do this, but we're talking about players coming back. We might as well go on and discuss other three. Springgarden, we know the Popes are back. Goins and Cooper Austin.
A lot of their line, they're going to get a lot of those guys back.
Andrew Floyd.
They're going to, of course, Mr. Big All-State guy. Luke's going to be
he's gone.
Excuse me. It's going to be hard to fill those shoes. Riley, he's a playmaker. He's the firecracker that kind of makes that go. And Weston, he's the lifeblood sort of. Weston is the talker, the one that gets it going.
Right.
Love being around him. Yeah. He's that guy that every team has. And but you instill some of that in those younger guys, and I think they're going to be okay. I think.
And obviously, we're very high on Sandrock with Ace Ashley back, Pruitt, and Cornejo. Is that it? Cornejo.
Yeah.
Jacob, who's one of the best players
I'm telling you now,
or Northeast Alabama.
I do know a guy that tackled ever running back in the county.
He said he was the toughest.
Well, not. He said, I'm telling you. Of course, Luke's the biggest and toughest.
Right.
And he said that kid from Summerton was something else. He was hard to tackle.
Summerton's supposed to have a good team.
Their tailback's good. Luke being the hardest because he's just, he's Luke. But he said, dude, he said, Corneo, Sandrock, he's young. He said, man, you'd hit him and you got him. You're holding on to him. You're trying to run through. And his legs just don't stop moving. His lower body strength is there, and he's young. He said, Daddy, this kid's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
His lower body strength is already there.
We're excited about him. And then, of course, center, which with Damian
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Sorry, Damian. And obviously the quarterback.
Yeah, Cade.
Cade.
And he's going to get to come in and, he played the last 3 or 4 games, so they're going to hit the ground running. The schedule's already out. It's been up on the page for a little while. I will look through the schedule. I'll look for center to, they're going to be just as productive this year. I mean,
I'll have Jack Amos back, right?
Yeah, losing Slade is that.
Did they lose Whit Johnson? Is he gone?
Yeah, he's got no. Now, I thought
If
he
they
was a
got
senior.
him back. I don't know.
I just seen him yesterday. He was at the prom. He was up there with Preston.
If anybody tells us, watches this from center, let us know if Whit Johnson has another year. I cannot find out.
It seems like I thought he was a senior, and somebody told me no, he's not.
Well,
he's going to be a senior.
If they've got him back, that's good.
That he's just turned 18, so he could be, be a senior this year. So I think he's got another year too.
Wow.
And of course Walker Pruitt.
Has he got another year?
Yeah.
I thought he was gone.
No, Walker. He's a baseball. They're only losing one player from baseball team, so they're bringing all them boys back next year for baseball.
You bear with us on this. It's just hard for us to believe some of these people are this grown.
Man, you ain't telling me nothing. Jesus, man.
But that's pretty much we just did our county roundup. We didn't plan on it.
No, we just kind of went down the road there. And,
you can't look at one school and see what they got come back and just fluff the others off.
Yeah.
I think every team in the county could be good next year.
That's what I'm saying. Baseball, too. Sports has took a hard dive here the past year or two in the county, not for everybody. The exception of Spring Garden. They went on and made a good run at football. Could have won state. Remember, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
If the teams would have been reversed.
Now, without getting too in detail, basketball took a hit. Well, the Sandhawks still got a lot back.
Yeah.
But we did do some good basketball.
Coach Blackwell, he'll have them ready, and Coach Rat at Spring Garden.
No,
that girls' team is going to be good.
Oh, I don't think anybody's going to be better than them.
And again, in 2022 and 2023.
We got $300 to anybody that can predict Spring Garden losing under 20, if you agree with that. We got $300.
Yeah, Matt and Todd Show T-shirt. You're the one.
I don't think it's going to happen. You got a better chance of winning the sweepstakes.
Because they're not losing but like 1 or 2. I think, Tori, we was talking about that over there one night.
Well, they got that girl coming back.
Of course, Ace. And then,
the Kirk girl.
Yeah.
Of course, they've got Welsh's sister. And then they probably got the other 2 back, and then people coming up.
Yeah.
And they're going to be on a mission next year because they got beat this year.
Yeah.
They get beat in the finals or the...
I think it was a semi game.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been the Elite 8. But the team that won it, is the one who beat them in overtime.
Yep.
So it's not like they got beat by a chump.
And out of county experience, the Fife baseball team is still undefeated.
And
they
might hook up with Piedmont.
They won something else. I just read it earlier.
They're doing good in track.
Something track. Anyway.
Somebody said they won golf. That was a joke.
Piedmont girls, softball, playing good. Seen something on that the other day.
Baseball's real good.
Yep. They're playing somewhere. I talked to Scooter, Patrick. Track meet. He was telling me about baseball. They're going somewhere to play this week. Somebody.
Yeah. This is the last week of baseball, right?
Yeah, they're playing.
Before the playoffs.
They're playing the playoffs this week. Who are they playing?
They're starting them late in the week, though, right? Friday?
He told me who that's playing. And I remember them telling me who it was, and I thought, man, that'd be a good game.
I can ask Tug.
We just did a roundup on next year's basketball, too.
Yeah.
So
let's go into baseball.
All right. Now, I guess we could kick into
we'll move.
Spring football stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, Dean, we've talked about spring games coming, and the A-Day is here. And, we're all excited about to see Alabama play. Mm-hmm. Now, for the Auburn fans, we don't have a whole lot.
Couldn't find a lot of them.
They just decided kind of not to televise the.
I didn't. Somebody said it was on. I couldn't.
We never found it. I looked through every SEC network that I have them all, and I didn't see.
Well, I talked to somebody else that said they could not find it on. It was supposed to have been on at 1. Alabama came on at 12, and it may have come on, but it didn't come on where I was at.
No.
And I just didn't see a lot about it.
We'll start off with just to mention Auburn spring football. Mm-hmm. From what we know, when I've read stuff and I've watched coach interviews, right now they're trying to implement their play calling
Mm-hmm.
on the planes to
Mm-hmm.
get Nick's ready for the season to be able just to call the plays in from the sideline.
Right.
They're working on a lot of small technical stuff, and that's kind of where they're at right now. And they didn't recruit hardly any, very little this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got a big job on their
Yeah.
hands. I mean,
So them winning, if they win 6, 7, 8 games, if they win 8 games, that's a win season for them.
I would think with what they lost and what they got coming in, new coaching staff. Yes, I would think. I wouldn't think 8-4 would give anybody a reason to holler. We need to get rid of Harrison.
Yeah, no. So we'll say now we'll cover Georgia first. If you want to talk about Georgia,
talk
watch the Bulldogs. What you kind of?
Well, I think they're going to be pretty good. Now, I didn't say that I thought they were going to be better than Alabama or Clemson, but we've talked about some of Georgia's problems that we think they might have would be with the defense. Defense looked a little better than
they ain't got a field goal
thought.
Kicker neither. About like Alabama.
Yeah, well, Alabama missed some kicks yesterday. Georgia missed 3.
Yeah, they were 0 for 3.
The offensive line's looking good for Georgia.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Jet Daniels, big day, 324 yards.
They were for over 300 yards, guys. If y'all didn't watch it, go back and catch it on YouTube. You can catch a highlight of it.
I watched some highlights. How did Vandergrift look?
Really good.
Did
he? I'm telling you, man, he's as advertised. He can come in and challenge JT.
He may take it. He may make Daniels better.
Now Beck is probably going to be your number 2 guy. He did good. He led the team.
He did.
Beck leads the drive late for the black team. Had a great drive. The red team did win. JT's team 28-23.
Right.
But Beck led him down the field and scored late. To make it so.
Well, everything I read and watched said this. Adonai Mitchell was the man to see yesterday because Burton was out. Pickens is out.
Yeah, Pickens out.
Of course, Jackson played.
Washington, the wide receiver.
Did good. But
Very
they just kept talking about Mitchell.
Very, very good. And carry on Jackson.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And the Mitchell, Zanin.
Yeah, I read his
Mitchell?
name was Adonai. They just said call him AD.
Okay.
AD Mitchell.
So he was as advertised. He's really, really good.
He's a freshman, right?
Yeah. A lot of the plays, though, for Georgia, they stretched the field a lot. Did you notice that?
Yes.
They wouldn't really run the ball, but that could be by design.
Which I think that's what they want out of this Vandergrift and Daniels, is to throw it deep.
But I think Kirby, Kirby's smart now. Now he's okay. Spring Garden baseball. They're 19-11 right now. We're just curious about that. Thank you, Coach. But Georgia, they just spread the ball down the field. But Kirby, they could be doing that on Reason Day. And they could be doing it because they know everybody's watching.
Right. They won't.
And they don't want to show them how they're running, how they're going to run the ball.
Right.
Because we definitely know, as advertised, Edwards and Cook, he can catch out of the backfield. And Zamir White's my guy. We was on him early. When we started the show.
6 times.
Yeah, when we started doing the show, we were up on him.
Yes.
I really like him. Vandergrift is as advertised. The O-line seemed good. The cornerback, Lewis, played a good game. And the wide receiver, Robinson, I noticed him make some big catches, too. Made some out-of-bounds, diving, one-handed, backwards, flipping stuff.
They did say their secondary got a lot of work in the game. Maybe that was why they were through it deep.
Maybe he's trying to
test the secondary.
Yeah. So,
probably.
Do y'all think Daniels is ready to run with this team? What do y'all think?
Well, it looks to me like, from what I've seen, whether Daniels is ready or not, they're going to be in good hands. Whether it's Daniels or Vandergrift, either one.
Well, no,
it's going to be good.
They got some new coaches now, like offensive line stuff, and they got stuff changing around down there. So, schedule-wise, I would say, Georgia's a 10-2.
I would think 9-3, 10-2. Yeah,
it's
they got a tough schedule.
Yeah, I think it's from what they got back, and if they can throw the ball like that and they can stretch the field, if their defense is even half as good as what we think it is, and their corners are as good as they look today, which you're playing each other, and I know if they only win 9 games, I think that's a fail.
They may be expected to take 10. Of course, the reason I've got them at 9-3 is because they start out with that Clemson, who I do not think they're going to beat. I think Clemson will be in the semifinals along with Alabama. And we'll talk about who else possibly later.
Yeah, there's another team out there lurking. I got some paperwork on them. But one of them is probably they're going to get in this.
We're going to square off against each other, Matt with his team, me with mine.
It's going to be interesting.
And we think that's going to fill the third spot. We're still not sure on the fourth spot.
Well, they say Ohio State, but man, I don't think so. They're replacing a lot of people. And we've already went through, I did A&M last week. Mm-hmm. And they replaced a lot of people. You think they could be 4, but I think one of these teams here is going to be a 3 spot. Bama, Clemson, one of these two.
Yeah, we don't know about the fourth yet.
We want to say A&M.
We'd say Georgia, but I mean Georgia's.
Yeah, I mean, look, hey, all right, look, they only lose. Say if they just lose to Clemson. What if they run the table?
If they just lose to Clemson and beat everybody,
and then they go to the SEC title game, and say if Bama beats them by not going to be a field goal because neither one of them can kick field goals. So Bama beats them.
They will be during the year.
36-28. Bama beats them. And they were, say, if they lose a close game to Clemson and they're kind of beating everybody pretty good, what could happen, Dean? They'll wind up putting Georgia, when it comes out, they'll have them ranked at 2 or 3 all year. Well, then they lose to Bama, they drop them to 4. So they can still make a playoff and be a rematch, Bama-Georgia in the first round playoff, and then say Clemson plays this other team X that we're going to talk about. So y'all hang on and watch that.
You probably won't believe one of them.
But I mean, that could happen, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, it happened to Bama. Remember, they lost and got LSU in the championship game.
Yeah. Somebody told me that wasn't fair, and it may not have been, but that's just the way it worked out.
And I understand their point. It ain't.
They thought, well, we already beat them, and we got to beat them again for it. But they were 1 and 2 in the BCS. That was before the play.
They were just one of the better teams, and that's why I try to tell everybody. I agree, it don't seem fair, but I said just give me an honest assessment. Do you think that they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the country, Alabama? Well, yeah. Well, what are you griping about then?
Well, the BCS committee said we're putting the 2 best teams in the country. They didn't say we're putting the 2 best teams in the country unless they played.
And that,
which they kind of put their foot in their mouth in that. They say we're putting the best 4 teams in the country. Well, sometimes one of the best teams in the 4 best teams in the country's got 3 losses.
Well, if Oklahoma don't dump last year to Kansas State, they're in.
Oh, yeah.
Because they lost to Iowa State and then wound up beating them in the Big 12.
Yeah. If they play bad early.
If they don't lose to K-State, and they say they take a bump to Iowa State, the committee probably goes, they're pretty good. Then they play them again, they win, they're in.
Oh, yeah.
There's a trap game. Every team has one.
Yeah.
And, Bama's trap game this year may be LSU. I did watch their spring game.
I think Clemson's going to be North Carolina.
I'm going to see, I watched Clemson's spring game, Dean.
It could be Georgia Tech. I mean, who knows?
They got a pretty good quarterback. They got a tall kid. I forgot his name. He didn't throw the ball very good. I think the other kid was Johnson that throwed for them. And a lot of their offense is kind of the same as what you've seen from Brady. Kind of looks the same. They'll run trips. They'll run counter inside out on traps. And they got a little running back. What's his name? He's got a 2 name like Edwards-Helaire.
Lynn J. Dixon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's him.
They got another, and he's pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
And
I don't know if he's as good as ATN or
Booty.
Huh?
Booty, Buttie.
I see one of the running backs.
No, he's one of the receivers. The LSU looks pretty good, and they're really young, but they brought nearly everybody back.
Yeah. Offensive
line looked pretty good.
Oh, you're talking about it. I thought you were talking about Clemson.
Yeah, LSU.
LSU's got a lot coming back.
They got I watched their spring game, and I know they're playing each other.
I got off on that because I said I know Clemson's trap game would be North Carolina. You're saying Alabama's is LSU.
Well,
yes, I agree.
Well, they better just be focused. You don't want to go in there like Oklahoma did and say, we're just playing K-State. Look, man, that guy Snyder's been out there coaching since 1924.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been there for 90 years. Left and come back and coached 40 more years.
Well, hey, have you ever saw it? Y'all ever saw anything about how bad they did while he was gone and how good they did?
Yeah.
And I've actually read somewhere, we talk about Saban being the greatest or this guy or that guy. Apparently, from what I've read, this guy's the greatest. They said he done the best job of turning. They were the worst program one of the worst programs in D1 history when he went out there. and he
turned
turned it around.
and then left. They were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He turned it back around.
Yes.
Started winning again. So LSU spring game, they look pretty good. I don't think they're an 8 win. They're going to be 7 win.
7-5, 8-4 maybe.
Yeah, 8. If they win 8 games, it's a win. Like Auburn wins 7, 8 games. That's a win. That's a win season.
Well, I don't think we'll see as many upsets this year
because they're going to be some trouble.
Because you got your out of conference game.
LSU, they may be under some allegations of some money.
Yeah.
So that may be going on. And next week we'll start doing a few other teams like we've talked about. Let's see right here. We'll do this right here. I'll show you this, guys. This guy right here. All right, look, we went through these teams and we did number 5 and number 19, and we got 2 more teams off this list we're going to talk about today.
We did North Carolina and A&E.
Now next week we're just going to kind of every week we'll probably plug away and take 2 teams off, or we may do Northwestern and Miami. I'd like to talk about Miami next week. We may get in and talk about them.
Me and Matt have decided that we think, without a doubt, that Alabama, just because of what they got coming back, and Clemson, are shoe-ins to be in this semifinal.
Let's talk about that A-Day game.
All right. How'd they look? Did they look good?
The defense is going to be as advertised. It's going to be tough to score on Bama.
I just didn't see nobody moving the ball much.
Well, it's just that defense is Christian Harrison. Man, these guys are good. Well, you're talking about best linebackers in the country.
Oh yeah. So you had the team last year,
Tyson.
And tackles.
Bryce Young. The 2 quarterbacks.
Did you see much of? I'm looking at stats.
Yeah. Okay. Bryce Young, to me, he's as advertised. He's a big time high school quarterback. He's learning to read the plays. His progression is pretty well when he moves to the plays, finding the open receivers, hitting his check downs, all the cliche stuff. Mm-hmm. The ball comes fast off his hand. I don't have a problem with that. He's kind of small. When the pocket closes, he has to move because he's so short. Mm-hmm. He has to move to see to find the lane. He's kind of like Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. He's got to find somewhere to go with the ball. But he's good at that. And he's kind of Mahomes-like, kind of the magician. He can run out there and fall down and make a great throw. But there's something about him that I'm just not sold on. I don't know what it is yet. There's something missing. I can't put my finger on it.
You're talking about Tyson.
No, Young.
Okay. Sorry, I'm killing him tonight.
There's something missing about him.
Well, he don't have the experience. I mean, you're talking about, I meant Young, not Tyson. Guys, I'm sorry. He just hadn't been having game experience.
I had that feeling about Tua. I was never really a big Tua fan. Mm-hmm. Never. He made that big play in the championship game. He made a couple plays. He got sacked and he gets up and boom, hits the home run ball to Smith, and the rest is history. But he stayed. Every time he would get a little momentum, he was hurt or something happened.
See, you think there's something missing with Young. Maybe nothing big, but a little.
Yeah, no. All the cliche stuff that you look for in a player, he has those things. Those, the ball just jumps off his hand fast.
Right.
He makes his reads good. Keeps his feet moving in the pocket. He knows when his checkdowns are. Mm. But Paul Tyson, I like him. I watch him play.
Young was to go down or get hurt or something, we'd be in good hands with Tyson, you feel?
Really well. All I can go by is what I see with my 4 eyes and how I feel about watching them guys play the game and how they drop back in the pocket, how the ball stays up at their ear, how they move their hips when they're throwing downfield or when they're throwing across body.
Right.
Those kind
of
plays.
Which is a hard throw.
I watch those kind of things. And I like Paul Tyson. I like him better than Bryce Young, and I know I'll take a hit. That's it. Shut the show off. Let's get off here. We're done. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll catch y'all next week.
Well, just because Young was great in high school does not, and just because he's a 5-star guy, all these don't pan out.
I'm just saying, just be careful.
And he may. He probably will. But there's a chance that he won't.
And don't kill me for it, but
you're saying Tyson may beat him out.
I don't. He probably won't because of his escapability. Mm-hmm. And Paul Tyson, he has some escapability, but Bryce has got a rabbit, man. That he can get you out of trouble, and when something breaks down, but that's never been needed.
That may be his thing.
Right, it is. Like Kyler Murray. But usually when you got a great offensive line like you do at Bama, which they are replacing a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to run last year.
That's why Bryce probably would get the nod.
Yeah.
If this happened last year and Tyson had this offensive line from last year,
You think he'd have started over? Or
maybe. Possibly. I'll just say possibly.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt. I'm not. That's going to be interesting.
And I'm also A.J. McCarron fan. I think he's the greatest quarterback to play at Alabama that I ever seen play. Now we know Kenny Stabler and Joe. We know those stories that our parents seen. The best quarterback I ever seen play at Alabama is A.J. McCarron, and that's just my opinion.
So you think that Christian Harris may be one of the best linebackers
Absolutely.
in the country? And you got LeBron Ray back. You've got Will Anderson. You got Jordan Battle. This defense is just stacked, isn't it?
Him and Nick Botu, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I've heard about him.
This guy's a beast.
He's good. So you got Shane Lee back too.
Between him and
So Botu's a beast, huh?
Asoa,
Yeah.
Asoa, other linebacker at Oklahoma.
Joe's back too.
Yep.
Good defensive back.
Yeah.
Joe and Battle. Which Battle was more of a run stop.
Now, how you like the running game at Bama this year? What's going to be the?
Well, they say Najee's gone, but now you got 3 running backs. Somebody told me to watch for Keelan Robinson. I believe it's Joey Spears. You remember Joey from school, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
He's a big Bama fan. He said that this guy was going to be great. You already got Trey Sanders, who's healed up from his wreck, and Brian Robinson, who's very good. It may not be Najee, but maybe you can have 3 people equal to Najee. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and they got the best tight end. We've already talked about their tight end.
Yeah, and he had a good game in that game.
Billingsley.
He played good. Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah. Now this the other quarterback come in, the Milrow.
Yeah, how did he do?
He's gonna be somebody to watch for. He's maybe a Jalen Hurts more kind of guy.
Of course, we know the receivers are good.
And they kind of look the same now. We got a new offensive coordinator. We got Coach O'Brien. Okay, comes from Texas. Okay, Deshaun Watson. He was his coach out there. Sark's gone. He's at Texas. Offensively, what'd you think? They look different. What do y'all guys think? How'd Bama look compared to last year? I think it was kind of the same. I think he may have run some plays from last year to keep people from knowing what he's going to do, too.
Well, I wouldn't think they would go all out. But from what I watched, my opinion was the defense was hard to move the ball on.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it 3 or 4 times, and there was interceptions. We said Saban caused a fumble there on one of them.
Saban caused the fumble.
Interceptions, near interceptions. I don't know. The Young got the most valuable player. I thought he played admirably, but I didn't think he
didn't stand out to me.
Wore it out.
There's something that's missing about him.
Again, look at the defense.
And y'all fall in, yeah, right, and tell me, is that what it is? It's just the defense so good, it's hard for Bryce to look good when you're playing against maybe the top 1 or 2 defense in the country.
And, which Sean always said, Jake Coker's great. Jake Coker's great. Well, Jake Coker comes in, and I was like, Jake, he's terrible. What are they talking about? 3 weeks later, he's great. So it may just be him getting on the field.
Fitting into the system and what's going on. And Coach O'Brien, we have faith in Coach Saban. And it looks like through the spring, seeing Hampton, Josh, working out stuff with the boys. And it seems like injuries are better now since they've got the 2 new guys down there. Right. Things have changed. It's more of a science.
Right. I knew they changed over. But I think they'll be fine. I think the defense.
They look a lot of slant plays, a lot of middle of the field throws, kind of like last year.
Offense don't. That's the thing about Alabama. The offense doesn't have to gain 500
when you
yards
lose
a game.
Smith and Waddle.
Yeah, you did lose Smith and Waddle.
The 2
Jones.
Best playmakers.
But I think they'll be fine. We'll just have to see. I think the defense will keep them in stuff if the offense isn't clicking. Isn't clicking.
A typical Alabama team. And hats off to Saban again for just rolling with the punches and how football has changed. He's just rolling with the changes, how the times have changed. They're like Metallica.
No,
I mean, they started their first garage song, hit the books with, Die, Die, My Darling in 1979, 1980.
Yeah. Some
Misfits hits that Metallica redone in 1980. Mm-hmm. And they're still playing.
Oh, I know.
It's 2021.
Well,
so Saban just keeps rolling.
Oh, he just keeps rolling.
Well, it's good to have a number 1 recruiting class.
It helps. And some of them will pan out. I'm talking about this year.
Yeah.
Some of them will come on next year. I don't really know who or when, but I'm assuming some of them will. And a lot of people complained last year about the defense. This defense sucks. They're terrible. Well, that's what you get. But look what you got now. All of them got experience. Nearly every one of them's back. I'll take a bad defense if we can have an unbelievable defense the next year.
Yeah. Well, we could score.
It wasn't bad. They got better as the year went on.
That offense was just prolific. If Waddle don't get hurt.
Yeah, the offense was prolific. Defense was unfair. Let me tell you something.
Moses.
Saban would have fired that guy if the defense was that bad. Saban knew they were young.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. You got to trust that what he knows more than we do. So.
And he apparently has a lot of confidence in him because he did not make a change.
He actually got a raise.
Oh, really?
He did.
And
like $0.4 million raise or something. So. Hey, that's chump change.
They make added inland on third, don't they?
Yeah.
Matt Babel.
Yeah, up there at the paper mill, which I talked to, seen Ruben today. Michael's up there working. Crossed. That's a tough job. I know Rusty Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him, and they work like.
Well, Skylar Pruitt told me today that Matt worked 15 or 16 straight 12s. And he was going to get a couple of days off. And he was going to have to go back.
I'll just take my 5 days, and I work.
He's working a shutdown. They're doing a shutdown.
Work about 2 Saturdays a month. That's all I got, and I'm off there Sunday. I think that's tough. So.
I've heard stories about shutdowns. 100 hours in a week.
I've done that. At Georgia Power, I was labor. We were pulling panels out of the boiler.
Now, what are you doing in a shutdown? I know we're getting off the subject here, but what do you do in a shutdown? Just fix everything.
Yeah, it's repair, it's maintenance. They'll shut down one side of the plant, and Gary Rice, all them guys know, and Hoppy and all them was there, and
it's the workers' job to do this.
Yeah, well, they call in these companies like I work for B&W, and they come in, they shut this side down, and they cut the side of the panel out, because steam blows through these pipes, and the pipes they're zigzagged. They're about this big around, but laid out flat, they're bigger than this house. There's a bunch of them. So you cut the side of the plant. You actually cut the plant open, the side of the building.
Yeah.
And you take the wall off, and you set a crane in there. Like Tim Miller and them would come in with those cranes. And like Hopper Early and them were Boilermakers. Yeah. They go in there with grinders and cut all the tubes loose. And you cut the side of the hopper open. And scaffold's about 6 high. And you pull these panels out and hook them with a crane. You take them out. And they put in these new panels. And then they go down in the floor where the generators are about big as the room. Westinghouse generators. They go in there and they put in these magnetic sticks that are about long as this table and about half as wide. So you put in new magnets. So now as the steam blows across the turbines, which makes them spin, is how you generate power. So during that shutdown, of course, you want to get it done as quickly as possible. So you want to get it done as quickly as possible. So, I've worked 90-hour weeks up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a laborer, so I was going and getting welding rods, or I'm going and getting welding stuff, or getting hoods, or grinding discs. I'm a gopher.
There's some poor guy, though, that's just started up there, and he's been up there a year, and he's hearing about this shutdown. The mill's closed, and he's like, I'm off.
No, you're going to work a lot.
It's probably the worst time of the year.
It is. And you get fined by the plant. Georgia Power would fine our company that we work for, because they say, the plant will be open this date. And every date after that you're not open, you had to pay Georgia Power,
Well, they only do that, twice a year maybe?
$10,000 a day. So if you miss a opening by 7 days, that may cost you $500,000. Oh, God. So they're pushing. We got to get this on time. It's got to go on time.
I heard they were rough. Well, moving on. That's interesting, though. I just know that once you hear the word shutdown, you're not off. And it's going to be pretty bad. You're going to make some money, though.
Yeah, make about $2,000 a week. Bring home $1,500 a week. But you ain't never home spending. I mean, you get home at 10 o'clock at night and you get up at 5 in the morning, you go back and do it again.
For day after day.
And you don't go eat lunch. You take a lunchbox full of food, crackers and Viners and sandwiches.
You don't go to the break room?
No, there ain't really no break room. Not up there. I mean, there was, but they ain't going in there. That's for the.
I've always been interested in.
That's for the yellow hats, what we call them, for Georgia Power people.
I've always been interested in the shutdown schedule, because I've talked to guys for years. Come in hard. We're working a shutdown. I won't be home for 10 days. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you come home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you get up and go back out at
It
daylight.
sounds like a horrible experience.
You go home, take a bath, and you sleep. You go back.
All right, we're moving on. Guys, we'll be back on here later talking about another industry, Mohawk.
Yeah, we're going to break that down next week. Next week, stay tuned for Mohawk Industries.
Then Goodyear.
We'll talk about how to set up the doffers and how to
Yeah, you got to splice.
do maintenance and we'll be doing splicing in the new blow-through method.
Me and him get this. Y'all may not, but me and him get it.
All right, Dean, it's that part of the show.
Oh, yeah. James, you going with yours first?
No, I'm going to let you go first. I got carried on about the outages.
Oh, I mean, that stuff's interesting. All right. We've got two teams.
There's your team there.
In a minute. I'm going to name mine first. Iowa State Cyclones. Okay, we're going to break them down. Let me look at some of my notes here. Got my notes on my phone now.
What have they got coming back?
They went 9-3. They got their quarterback back.
I think everybody's back. I think I read on them.
They're loaded, man.
Just looking at the schedule, I stumbled across that, and Iowa State returns all offensive starters.
All of them.
Purdy, quarterback, Hall, tailback, and Colin, their tight end.
Oh, yes. Who is one of the best tight ends in the country.
So, all the starters back. Go ahead.
Sorry. Purdy, back again, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. 2,700 yards passing. Brees Hall, who they say will be on the Heisman watch.
Yep.
1,600 yards rushing. Xavier Hutchinson, leading receiver back.
Kenny Manny.
Manny, no, that's Hutchins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He may be off Kenny Manny. 64 catches. They got the best tight end in the country, one of the best. All linemen back.
Yeah, I mean, they're bringing back all their offensive starters. They lost nobody on offense.
And
Zero.
listen to this. Great run-stopping defense. Unbelievable. Actually, the article I read said they don't even have the luxury of having good recruits. Great. Let's just face it. The best players in the world don't go to Iowa State.
No, right.
And it's like this defense, this run-stopping defense, the front eight, they got a few problems in the secondary. The front seven is just amazing. So, the question is, with a quarterback back, with the best running back in the country, one of the running backs in the country back, best tight end, great offensive line, great defense, can you make that semifinal?
What do y'all think?
If you're Iowa State.
Hey, this is y'all show. We're just up here talking. How y'all feel about Iowa State? I mean, Big 12.
Big 12.
Somebody's got to make a spot at that number 4. And the scenario that I laid out earlier would be if Georgia comes out and maybe loses to Clemson the first game and continues on to win, they'll keep them bumping around 2 or 3. And if they lose to Bama for the SEC game, they may only put them at 4. But there's still 2 more spots.
Right.
We assume Clemson's going to be hanging around one of those spots
I would
because
think
of
so.
their schedule, because they play
They got a good
Johnny
quarterback,
Lamar's
too.
and
He's
the
had some good teams.
Cornwall Furnace Baptist. And,
They would have some good teams. Furnace got up a team. Farrell. We won't do the Cornwall Farrell
that would be a good one.
Final Four.
So with that schedule for Clemson, I'm sure they're in because we're not playing only conference games this year, guys. Remember that.
Right.
We're going back to the non-Power 5 teams.
Well, Mike, let me say something about Iowa State here. Okay, we just said Purdy and Brees Hall are back. They're not back from last year. They started the year before that, too.
This is a good recipe, guys. We picked these teams for a reason.
Yeah.
And I got one. And please continue.
Oh, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, you got guys who've been starting 3 years. This Brees Hall already has 2,500 yards rushing. Purdy's a veteran quarterback. They're lying. A lot of them started.
So we would say they'll be picked to win the Big 12.
Well, except
for one other
thing
team
in their way.
And there is one thing in their way. Injury would knock them out of this.
Yes, injury. Not COVID.
No.
I think those days, hopefully.
And then there's this team right here that won the Big 12 last year.
Who we actually have mentioned about being in that final. But I'm not so sure since I've read this stuff on Iowa State. So tell us about the
Well, Boomer Sooner. 6 straight conference titles. Coach Lincoln Riley is 45-8. They recruited number 11 recruiting class this year. Oklahoma's spring game will be this Saturday, April the 24th.
We got to keep an eye on that.
Looking to replace the center, Creed Humphreys. He was a big-time All-American player.
Yes,
This is their biggest worrisome spot at Oklahoma. And if replacing the center is one of your biggest worrisome spots,
you're doing all right.
you might be okay. Lyman Harrison, he's supposed to be the beast. Keep your eyes open for him. Cornerback wise, you're replacing Norwood, which everybody remembers him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Latrell McCutcheon.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that name. Write it down on your little pad there. 6'1", 220. He's coming from Texas.
Right.
Super smart player. He's a Rashad Johnson, Alabama fans.
Oh.
He is a intelligent defensive play machine. They have also had some players transfer in from Tennessee.
Eric Gray. Right?
Yes.
Eric Gray, who is very good.
Absolutely. Now, we all know that Rattler is going to be your quarterback, but they do have a guy, Caleb Williams. He's going to be a really good number 2. He's a 5-star dual threat. He's compared to Dak Prescott. Size, arm strength, all the intangibles. Now, receiver-wise, Cody Jackson, one of their big-time guys. Cody Jackson's been there. He's played ball. They made the connection last year with Rattler, so he's going to be good. But the main guy is going to be Mario Williams.
Right.
Mario Williams, big-time player. He's going to make the difference for the team. Expect for him to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year.
They also got a receiver named Mims.
Sure.
Good,
yeah, I got him on another page.
Marvin Mims.
Yeah. Now, defensively, Josh Elson, look for him to be a big-time player for their defense. Coach Alex Grinch is their defensive coach.
He's a good one.
Yeah, he is. He's a very exciting coach. He likes to really get into it. Now, they're looking good up front.
They're very good. Their front seven.
Their questions were their corners last year. So, speaking about corners and stuff, we could say
this schedule.
Right? Yeah, outside linebacker. I got their schedule here. Number 11, the guy mentioned a while ago, Nick Bento. Trying. He's very fast, super big-time edge rusher, plays outside linebacker, 6'3", 240. He was a top sacker and rusher for the team last year.
Their edge rushers are great. And they got him back.
Bonitto.
Bonto.
I have no idea. He's number 2 in the nation behind Christian Harrison from Alabama. All right, now running back-wise, this Brooks kid, now he had to set out last year. So I'm telling you, watch the game Saturday.
Well,
keep your eyes up for this Brooks kid at running back.
He's rushed for 2,000 yards in his career.
Yeah, he's number 26.
Kennedy
Watch this.
Brooks.
Kennedy Brooks. And also, who you mentioned, Eric Gray from Tennessee. And another guy, offensive tackle, that's going to fill a big spot over there, Wayne Morris from Tennessee. Played left tackle up there. Defensive end, Perion Winfrey. Look for him to be great. The guy you just mentioned, Marvin Mims, he's number 17 in our hearts. And number 18 on his jersey, tight end Austin Stronger. And number 0, your corner, Woody Washington. Now, let's say this. Let me do this first. All right. Iowa State beat Oklahoma first game that lost to them in the title game. Now, Iowa State returns all their offense. Like we just said, Purdy, Hall, Colin.
Yeah, everybody.
October the 9th, they played Texas, and they won 53-45. Took 4 overtimes in this game. Herman's gone from Texas now. Sark is going to be he's the new head coach. The FBI, the Football Bracket Index, Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Female body inspector.
Yeah, that one. It's not that one. They got Oklahoma 73% chance to make the playoffs.
I would think they have a very good chance.
And right behind them in another spot is
Iowa State.
Alabama.
Oh.
They're going to be the other guys.
Oh, I thought you meant out of this fun. So Alabama's not got as good a chance as making it as Oklahoma?
Just a little better. They're like 75%.
Wow.
So Oklahoma's right there. They're your favorites, Oklahoma and Alabama, to make the playoffs.
Do you know
Besides, now Clemson, Ohio State are back there around 69%, 70%.
Now, I do think Iowa State's great, and but I got to be honest. Whoever wins this, I think, gets in. Whoever wins this Big 12, it's just hard for me to see Iowa State getting by them. And I think the key factor is those 2 running backs.
It is.
Brooks and you already got a good passing game. Now you got 3,000 yards of running backs back.
Well, all these guys are coming back here that you see that won last year. You got, and Rattler, Spencer Rattler coming in and got to play last year.
He's good. He threw for 3,000 yards.
So wait till this year. He's got a little experience. So let's break this down here, Dane.
Okay.
Looks like they got Tulane.
I'll give him a W.
Okay, we'll say they win there. Nebraska on September the 18th.
I'm glad Nebraska's playing them again, but where's it at?
I don't know.
Nebraska will be fired up for that, but I don't know. It may be a good game, but I'm going to go with Oklahoma.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, Kansas State beat them last year, and it's at Kansas State this year.
You better not go to sleep. I haven't heard anything a lot about Kansas State.
They'll play Texas after that.
Where at?
That's at home. Now, with Texas having a new coach and Sark is a great play caller, if Texas wins again, we'll say that cliche numbers, then 7 or 8 games, that'd be great for him as a new coach with his new system.
Right.
They're going to get TCU next, scratch. Kansas next, scratch. Texas Tech, scratch next. At Baylor. They're going to be okay this year.
I do know that
they're
Alan
always
Beckett coached a kid from Baylor.
They're always in for a trap game, and it's at Baylor. So
Baylor's not bad. Was that last year we saw, or the year before?
Year before,
Georgia.
yeah,
good.
So keep your eyes open at Baylor, and then they play Iowa State. Then they got Oklahoma State November 26th.
I'm going to make a prediction, and I don't know when or where. And I'm not saying they won't make that playoff. But whether Oklahoma makes that playoff or not, Oklahoma or Iowa State, I'm still going to say both of those teams have a loss. I don't think either one of them will go undefeated.
The toss-ups for me would be Iowa State and maybe Baylor. That'd be the other ones are probably going to be a definite win.
I don't like that Kansas State and Texas back to back.
I don't have Oklahoma with a loss.
Let's see who Iowa State plays this year.
I have them maybe losing.
I got you.
A toss-up with my pick is Baylor and Iowa State because we've just proved to you in our court of Dean and Matt, attorneys at not law, everything to say can you will be used against you.
We're getting in with Hawkins next week. Boys.
Yeah. Scott, we're gonna need some legal advice from you. This is the case we've laid out. Oklahoma, it's gonna be really good. With your quarterback coming back and you got Gray running the ball, you got this Kennedy Brooks guy running the ball, the Means kid receiving, big time defenders, this Beanto guy and the Oswan. These linebackers are going to be good.
Well, here's the thing, Matt.
Their weak spot was their corners, and I think they're going to be okay.
Iowa State and Oklahoma are both loaded. They're both loaded. But let's just be honest with each other. Which one of them two gets better quality players?
Well, Oklahoma recruited number 11 last year.
Oklahoma. So you got to give them that edge. But
Iowa State bringing everybody back on offense.
It could upset. I'll say it. It'll be an upset, but I'm going to still pick.
Because they did beat them last year.
They did. They beat them early, and Rattler just getting under his feet.
Mm-hmm.
These college teams sneak up on each other now.
But look out for Rattler to be a Heisman watch by before Halloween. He's going to be on your Heisman watch list.
Guys, how far is Iowa State came? They're being mentioned. Now, we may be the only news outlet in the country doing it, but they're being mentioned in the semifinals.
They could, if they beat Oklahoma, they're in the playoffs.
They are being mentioned in the semifinals.
Now, I don't know if they can compete with the upper echelons of Bama's and Clemson's because they're recruiting.
Yeah. I mean, they've got 3 stars. They're doing great.
But crazier things have happened, guys. The best linebacker to ever play the game of football wore a kicking helmet. His name was Bobby Boucher. He played for the Mud Dogs.
He didn't even know what to play with that.
So just remember that.
Hey, guy from Kentucky, Charles Jeff Hall, texted me today and said they got some big-time recruits yesterday. 2 twins from Nashville.
Basketball?
No, football.
Kentucky football.
Yes.
Okay.
And they got a lineman that was actually talking about going to Bama and chose Kentucky.
Okay.
So Stoops getting it done up there, Mark Stoops.
Right.
I've always heard he's a good recruiter. So
he is. Oh, he is. I mean, that whole family, man, they're that football's
savvy.
It's in their blood.
It is. Ooh, we've been on a while.
Yeah, we got an hour in.
Well, we got it. Shut down.
Well, we got spring football for local. We got local baseball, softball stuff. And we went through some spring football, Georgia, Alabama, talked a little LSU. And we broke down these two teams here.
I'm enjoying this breaking down two teams.
Big 12. Yeah, we're going to keep that little list
And
there.
It just may be somebody, two other. We don't know who. It's going to be two top 25 teams.
Yeah, it'll be this list. You know, we're going to keep digging. I like Miami. I may do them next week. And they did have a good spring game, and King is hurt.
I'll see what Northwestern. I might check on Northwestern if they're going to be in the top 25. They may not be back. They were good last year.
King's hurt too. So I watched their spring game. They looked okay. Up defensively up front, they did look pretty good.
I don't know. It may be a year for the defense.
But if King don't come back,
it was getting to where
if Pickens ain't back at Georgia,
the defenses are just getting ripped, and it looks like they may be taking back a little bit of what they lost.
Well,
last year they just torched defense.
We've seen it happen in baseball a few years ago. Hitters just completely ruled the league.
Right.
And then for a while now, it's been pitching.
Yeah.
So it makes those runs. So we're seeing
Well, we saw that, and you know this, and I'm sure that's another thing about Michael Jordan. Y'all that want to argue that he may not be the greatest, just don't even get me started on that. Dude, their games when he played, when he was in his prime, the finals were 85 to 83. And now that what they did when Larry Bird and all them played, they would score a lot.
Yeah.
But then when Michael Jordan was dominating the league and Pippen and all them were playing, and
playing defense,
Pistons defense,
the Magic and the Celtics,
and now it's back. Now they're scoring a lot of points again.
Yeah,
big time.
We was at the Mexican restaurant in Cave Springs eating before we went out to the prom place, and I seen the Jazz and the Lakers were on. And the final was like 125-120.
Me personally, I love it. Yeah. I love it. I'm not knocking the NBA, and I'm not trying to get anybody in.
You like the high scoring stuff.
I like the high scoring, but no. But when Jordan was on top of his game, there wasn't no scoring.
He outscored all of his opponents in all his games. There was nobody ever outscored him as an opponent except one guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Call that in, and you win a free T-shirt. You can look it up, though. It's Allen Iverson.
He outscored him in the game.
Yeah, it was Michael had 23.4, and Allen had 26.1 or something.
In a series?
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
There's another fact of the GOAT.
Now
never lost a final.
I may have done something, and I'll never forget it.
Just appearing in the final is not a win. Why is that awarded as, like, he's your greatest? Why is that?
Hold on, I'm yawning again, y'all. I'm sorry.
Why is he your greatest? Because he's appeared.
No,
I made it to the final boxing match, and I got knocked out. Oh, he's the greatest ever lived. But he didn't win the box. But he didn't win. He didn't win the match. But he made it to the final round. That's worth him being the greatest. No, it's not. Making it to the Battle of Bighorn was not the win.
Yeah,
it was winning the battle.
Yeah, Waterloo.
Well, we're here. We're at the Ardennes Forest. Woo! My great uncle Pat, 101st Airborne, God rest his soul.
That's a rough war, right?
Making it to the Ardennes Forest was not a win.
It wasn't hard to win. I don't know if you won there, if you played or not.
Yeah, you had to defeat your enemy.
Yeah.
And this passive stuff that we've gotten into, somehow LeBron is being awarded for being for being a lifelong player, and he should win the award for being the longest lifelong player. Played great health. He takes care of himself.
Yeah.
And he's an advocate for things that he likes, and he goes out and that's fine, and does what he does for his town and people. That's good.
Oh, we give him the longevity, the greatest, the longest.
But he's not the greatest to ever dribble the basketball. And Michael Jordan said it best in an interview. How'd I know I'm the best? I'll never get to play Bill, Oscar, or Wilt.
Yeah, we don't never know.
We'll never know.
We won't get into that.
So you got me started.
If we get shut down again or something, we'll go back into that. Hopefully, we'll never go back into that.
All right, guys. Dean, you got anything else?
That's it, buddy.
Well, let's see here. What do we got?
Try to do Miami and Northwestern next week.
Yeah, we may dig into them. We may do that.
Well, let me see. Okay,
Well, we appreciate our sponsors. Dairy King. Make sure you go by and check them out. Always got a good lunch special for the gym. They always got a good workout schedule going. Tanning beds. Always got new boards. Kevin, lawn, landscaping, stonework, turf, and anything any kind of legal service, Scott Lord is definitely the man to see. And you need to get your eyes checked. You ain't seeing so good anymore. Please go down to see JR. I do too. Really, I gotta keep putting it off. Well, I guess we'll cut it loose, Dean, and be looking on the page. We'll share some news throughout the week. Had a good show. We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight and hanging out with us. We love you and we appreciate you. As always, keep your heads clear. Keep your hearts full of God. Always.
We got spring starting out, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Tuesday win. First day. Officially. Wait, no, I'm wrong. Yeah.
No.
I thought I'm in actual spring. Got spring football starting.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll get out there and check stuff out. All right. See you guys. Peace.